The year was 1998. The NBA locked out its players. Michael Jordan, the greatest of all time, didn't play a single game until February. Fans were furious, owners were furious, and the league nearly destroyed itself over money. Now, 26 years later, the WNBA is staring down the exact same moment. And this time, the names on the line are Caitlin Clark, Aja Wilson, Breanna Stewart. The current collective bargaining agreement expires after the 2025 season. And what happens next could change women's basketball forever. We're going to tell you exactly what the players want and why the owners are pushing back hard. We're going to show you how much money is actually at stake. And we're going to tell you the one number that could blow this whole thing up. Because here's the thing, nobody's saying out loud yet. A work stoppage in the WNBA right now, at this exact moment in the league's history, would be the most catastrophic thing that's ever happened to women's basketball. And both sides know it. Let's start with the players, because their case is simple, and it's hard to argue with. Caitlin Clark's rookie season shattered every attendance record the league had ever seen. Indiana Fever road games were selling out arenas that had never sold out before. Television ratings doubled, then tripled. The league signed a $2.2 billion media rights deal, the most lucrative in WNBA history. And yet, the average WNBA salary sits at roughly $117,000 a year. That is not a typo. Aja Wilson, two-time MVP, Olympic gold medalist, one of the most decorated players in the sport, made less than $250,000 last season in her WNBA contract. Her teammate at the Aces made less than a practice squad NFL player who never set foot on a field. The players aren't just asking for a raise, they're asking for a share of what they built. Now, to be fair, the owners have a case too. Most WNBA teams lose money. That's not spin. For most of the league's history, franchises have operated at a loss, subsidized by the NBA or by billionaire owners willing to absorb the red ink as a passion project or a PR move. The new media deal changes the math, but it doesn't change it overnight. Revenue sharing, infrastructure costs, expansion, owners argue the money isn't flowing yet. They need time for the investment to pay off before they can open the books. And there's a harder conversation underneath all of this about what percentage of total revenue the players actually receive. Right now, it's estimated the players get somewhere around 20 to 25% of league revenue. The NBA Players Union fought for and won 50%. That gap is the time bomb. The WNBA and its players have been through this before. The previous CBA was extended, renegotiated, patched together. Players routinely went overseas in the offseason, to Turkey, to Russia, to Spain, just to earn a living wage. Breanna Stewart was playing in Russia when she tore her Achilles tendon in 2019, on a foreign court, because the WNBA simply didn't pay enough to stay home. That has been the quiet scandal of the league for decades. But the world is different now. Caitlin Clark's arrival didn't just change the gate receipts, it changed the conversation. Suddenly, casual sports fans knew these players' names. Sponsors came calling. Nike, Gatorade, State Farm. Money that had never touched the WNBA was landing on it all at once. The players noticed, and they want their cut. Here's what a work stoppage would actually mean. Caitlin Clark, arguably the most marketable athlete in American sports right now, would not play. The momentum the Fever and the league have spent 2 years building would stop cold. Television partners who just committed $2.2 billion would be watching their investments sit idle. Aja Wilson has already said publicly, the players are unified. That's not nothing. These women have overseas options, NIL deals, endorsement income. The calculus for sitting out is different than it used to be. And here's what makes ownership nervous. The players don't need to win a lockout. They just need to survive one long enough to make it hurt. The deadline is coming. Both sides are talking, but talking and agreeing are two very different things. What happens next will define this league for a generation. Will the owners recognize this moment, this once-in-a-lifetime explosion of interest, and finally pay the players what the market is telling everyone they're worth? Or will they negotiate like it's still 2012? The clock is ticking, the players are ready, and women's basketball has never had more to lose. This is the CBA time bomb, and the fuse is already lit.